series Writing Task 2 Essay. Today we are going to make sure that we do not make common mistakes that everyone makes. Okay, so today we are going to concentrate on things to take care of while writing an essay. So basically, when you have finished the whole essay, make sure that you have taken care of these things in your essay. None of it is missing in your essay, right? So first thing first, we know that our essay contains basically at least 4 paragraphs, right? So that is one introduction paragraph, one body paragraph 2, and a conclusion. Sometimes we have body paragraph 3 also, but we do not go beyond a 5 paragraph essay. But the most common thing that we see is a 4 paragraph essay. Now over here what we have to take care of is, while making an introduction, we write a thesis statement. Thesis statements tells the reader what you believe in and also why you believe in such thing, right? So basically it's a persuasive voice. Persuasive voice means your opinion, because the question has asked what is your opinion on this thing, right? So your introduction paragraph in your thesis should have your opinion, because you are going to justify that further in your body paragraphs. Okay, so when you are writing introduction paragraph, it is mostly 3 sentences. One is you giving a generalized background sentence. Second is you paraphrasing the question that is already given in the question paper. And third is your thesis. Thesis is the area where you are actually making an effort from your side, right? Background sentence comes from the topic. Paraphrasing is again coming from the question itself, but thesis is something that you have to take care of. Thesis provides a basic idea that the person who's writing the essay has understood the topic, right? So when you write your thesis, make sure that you have clearly explained what you believe in and why you believe so. And then in detail, you will be explaining that in your body paragraphs. So you are going to bifurcate your body paragraphs according to your question. So if the advantage and disadvantage essay comes, you know your body paragraph is going to be about only advantages. Body paragraph 2 is going to be only about disadvantages. This should be really clear. You cannot go and explain one advantage and one disadvantage in body paragraph 1 and then again in 2. No. Body paragraph 1 talks about one topic, advantage. Body paragraph 2 talks about another topic, disadvantage. Now while explaining a body paragraph, right, you will give 2 points. 2 points to support your topic of body paragraph 1. Be it advantage, be it you agreeing on some topic, be it you discussing the topic that is asked to you, right? So 2 points in body paragraph 1, similarly in body paragraph 2. And that should be backed up by an illustration, an example, right? Now when you are writing a body paragraph, you do not start with the content itself. You give a topic sentence. Topic sentence tells what you are starting at, right? So we took an example of advantage and disadvantage. So for example, your body paragraph 1 is about advantage. You start with the given topic. The given topic, whatever the topic is, you will write that. The given topic comes with several advantages, full stop. And then you begin giving the content. So that is your topic sentence. It helps in telling the person that the paragraph is about advantages. And similarly, you will do that in your body paragraph 2. So your paragraph starts with topic sentences, then your reasons of supporting that, and then one illustration. Why do we give illustration? To end it in a note that we have explained everything properly. So example gives an idea to the reader that not only were you able to provide one advantage or one reason, but you were also able to relate it with something that usually happens by giving an illustration, right? So for example, you are using the word illustration over here. You will be using the word example over here because of the vocabularies. Because you cannot repeat vocabularies everywhere throughout the essay. And third thing is your conclusion, right? So in conclusion, again see commonly that students make mistake is that they copy or they rephrase whatever they had written in the thesis statement. So make sure that your conclusion is not a repetition of whatever you have written above, introduction paragraph or in body paragraph. Your conclusion should not be a repetition. It should not look like you are just rephrasing something you already talked about in the above paragraphs. Okay? Again, over here in the conclusion, you have given your opinion over here in the thesis statement, but in the conclusion, you can also rephrase the opinion again by using words like I, me and my. For example, I, however, believe, so that you are telling the person who's reading the essay that this is actually your opinion. So you discussed some of the things over here, but then when your opinion was asked, because in the question your opinion is asked, and if you forget to give your opinion, you are not actually achieving your task. You are not doing what was asked of you. So you have to, in your essay, make sure that at least once or twice you have used the words like I or me or in my belief, something like that, so that it personalizes the idea. It personalizes the idea and tells that yes, this is my personal opinion. And that's how you are going to write your conclusion. These are some things that we see that students miss out on. Okay, and even if your ideas were great in your body paragraphs, or even if you were able to use fancy vocabularies or vast vocabularies, but you miss out on things like this, you miss out on 0.5 marks or something, and you do not get the desired marks even after practicing so hard for something. Because of few silly mistakes, you miss out on a band or even a half band, and that is really hurting, and we understand that. Okay, so this is introduction, body 1, body 2, body 3. Another thing that I would like to tell you is that make sure when you read your question, what the grammar of the question is. Is the question in past tense? Is the question in future tense? Is the question asking you what is happening in present? So when you have to switch your tenses, you are able to, because you read your question properly, you understood what the tense of the sentence was, and you were able to frame your ideas according to the grammar of the question. Another thing in grammar is make sure that you use compound and complex sentences. Compound and complex sentences are the sentences that are not very common. Compound sentences are the sentences where you joint two ideas using words like and, but, also, moreover, additionally. These are the words that you use when you are making a compound sentence. And when you are making a complex sentence, you are giving a tone of discussion, you are giving a tone of contrast, you are giving a tone of opposition. So these over here, the words like however, meanwhile, moreover comes in compound. However, meanwhile, and whereas, in contrast to, when you are showing contradiction, opposition. These are the words that come in complex sentence. So make sure that your essay, when especially in your body paragraphs, when you are explaining things in detail, you have a combination of compound and complex sentences. First of all, you take care of the tenses, and then you take a grip on compound and complex sentences. Don't try and keep yourself in a position where you are confused and you do not know what you are doing. Go step by step. First, the grammar. Second, the structure. Third, complex and compound sentences. Don't try and mix everything, because that is not how you practice. Practice one step at a time, and always make sure that not only are you just following flatly the introduction, body 2 and conclusion thing, but in that paragraphs also you are making sure to maintain the structure of it. Okay, so first 3 sentences, thesis to be taken care of in introduction, body paragraph 1 and 2, what you have to take care of, your topic sentence, the content, and illustration. Always give an illustration that helps, that's an additional point, and conclusion. where you are not repeating anything from the above statements, also rephrasing your opinion and not giving too much details. Okay, so this is what we see in structure. These are mistakes that we see in structures. So these were tips according to the structure. In the next video, we will discuss in detail about how to not make mistakes in making the ideas. Okay, so that is it. Please like, share and comment and tell us if there are any doubts. Thank you so much.